Hi guys, and welcome to monthly Lenormand reading. I'm just going to tell you quickly a little bit about Lenormand, just a minute. So Lenormand refers to two types of oracle decks, the Grand Jeu and Petit Jeu. The Grand Jeu, which is French for the big game, is based on a full deck of playing cards. So each card has a large variety of symbols, such as sometimes constellation, flowers, and Trojan War. But sometimes, like maybe you're familiar with my cards, where you have the lady holding a letter, where you have the rider, snake, and so on and so forth. The Petit Jeu Lenormand, French for the little game, is a deck of 36 cards. So cards images here are simple. As I said, a clover, a bear, a key, etc. Right? This is a simplicity in this deck that really leads to cards not being read based on the picture nor the symbol, where in tarot every line actually has a meaning, and depending on combination, kind of like they end up having different meanings. Instead here, the meanings tied to the cards are fairly literal, such as luck for the clover and success for the key. Unlike the philosophical meanings, where you have the keys sort of like entry to the gateway to the spirituality, right? In this respect, Petit Jeu cards remind me of pictorial language, almost like Egyptian hieroglyphs, right? But keep in mind that both the Grand Jeu and Petit Jeu are like in that they use card combinations to expand on the meanings on the individual cards. So you see, each card has a meaning, but 1 + 1 doesn't make 2. 1 + 1 makes it like 5, and 1 + 1 + 1 makes it 15, and so on and so forth. When you put all 36 cards on the table, it is sort of like giving almost like overview on how the situation can be seen, and it can actually really give you different aspects and what is like behind you, what is aside from you, etc, etc. 36 cards, as I told you, has like so many different possibilities and meanings, and it really requires a skilled reader to do that. So anyway, I think we are going to attempt to do exactly that. So why don't you get ready, sit down, take your popcorn, and let's get into your reading. Love you. Hi Sagis, and welcome to your February Lenormand reading. So let's see where we go with this. Just quickly, there are like two main significators in Lenormand, the lady and the gentleman. And there are like other ones like the snake, the fox, could be the bear, could be the dog, that can take on kinds of people and people characteristics as well. Basically, each of the cards can have certain flavor or certain action toward you. But over here, I'm going to concentrate on the lady and the gentleman. And since this is a general reading, it can be gender neutral. So you can be the gentleman if you're a lady, and your partner, let's say he, could be this other person here I'm talking about. So how is this going to work? It's just like in tarot. I'm going to give you, so actually I see a relationship. I see these are like one partner, another partner, and this is the energy in between two of them. So this is what I see, that sometimes you're going to hear me saying someone, right? Because it can actually end up on both sides. Don't jump at me, because specifically Sagittarians are, this isn't me. And okay, fine, but trust me, there are like also people who might find that some Sagittarians are like that. It just, for me, depends on the energy of you that you're sending it my way. So please send me good energy, and you're sending me good energy with your messages, and I greatly appreciate those. Enough chatting. Let's see what we see. Honestly, you and Scorpio, I don't know what the heck is going on, but it was the equal distance between the snake and the fox. Equal. In this case, however, I see two partners sort of together and sort of communicating. So Saggies, there is someone who could be just simply mama bear, somebody who is very protective, somebody with whom you ran into huge problems, maybe even a breakup a while back. The mountain is, when mountain appears, it's kind of hard to say how much back, but it could be anything between 5 months, but even maybe to a year and even longer, because it was a whole bunch of situations over here. This could have also included some kind of like long distance communication, or one partner could have been absent, or one partner could be just simply really longing. Also see one partner here being extremely loyal, extremely protective. When I see the bear and the stork and the child together, it is possible, guys, that you just got a child recently, or that you guys got pregnant recently, or that maybe pregnancy did not end well, because I see the sky cutting the child. This also, especially because it's kind of combined with the cross and the letter and the heart and the ring, could actually mean the end of the relationship as well, and one partner moving on. Somebody will want to reunite with you. I can see that. And the Lilith is in the house of the snake, and some of you are dealing with the freaking snake. Believe it or not, the snake is not a negative card in this deck. It's not positive either. It is just a snake. And sometimes people like that, even though it's very uncomfortable when we are going through that, they actually do bring benefit to us in the long term, because they tell us about a partner. Did he go for him or her? Did she go for him or her? If they did, if they are so that easy for them to stray, well, is this the person I want to bet my pension and bet my retirement on? Is this the person who is willing to do that to a person who is maybe willing to give them their heart? So it is a reassessment time, because I'm definitely seeing cutting things off, and that's a simply really karmic thing. Something, however, this didn't come as a surprise, guys. That lasted at very least, so at the very least it was like something 9 months ago that really kind of like increased in intensity, and it could have been the cheating, that somebody felt they're not in a relationship where they were. So keep it in mind. And funny enough, I see this person here who cut off that relationship was not the person who actually did want to do that, because I see this huge loyalty and communication and trying to build something healthy, and then falling into kind of like fog. Where is this going? Because you have the clouds and the garden and then the cross. Where is this going? And almost like getting to the stage, hey, I want all of this with this person. I want us to build our life together, right? But then, paf, scythe is something that happens really sudden. Like sometimes we surprise ourselves, like when you see, like you blur something out and everybody's looking at you and not even aware that you did say something aloud. This is kind of like one of those situations that, you know, this is what karma does to us. It makes us say that because maybe with this person we are on the wrong path. So this is in the house of the mountain. This is definitely relating to these past problems, and the child is also saying this was something from the past that simply cannot grow further, right? It is end of hope too, and that's kind of like the part that I'm not so sure that I like, because, you know, this kind of like is the hope house, but it's the whip in it, so something really needs to be revived. And maybe you're considering that your partner is just into for sexual gratification with someone, and I'm going to kind of like forgive him. But there is also cursed demeanor of the partner that you cannot forgive, because you're adding 2 and 2 together, saying, okay, if you're curt to me and you want to replace, you want to repair this relationship, dude, you have to take it a little bit to your heart, that you kind of like have to really do it a little bit better, right? Keep in mind that the snake also can indicate mother-in-law. you know, even daughter-in-law, right, or son-in-law kind of can mean that someone is affecting. But in your case, this is in a house of a tree. So it did affect your mental health, which something has been extremely significant. But I see that the snake also is knighting this child. So I'm wondering if it was like three-party situation, where both partners are sort of like partners from the past, that they kind of like knew each other for quite a while. This kind of like wasn't kind of like quick kind of like turn around, because also the key that is in the house of the ship and the ship that is in the house of the dog, all right next to the snake and then next to the lady, and you see it's kind of like both of them are sort of like coming here. It's wondering if it's going to fall dark or light. So it was a situation that you guys lived, which was just, I would say, living hell. It was the sign of the devil. Oh my God, will I live just another day? It was just a really hard situation for some of you Sagis. The others, however, lived la vida loca, and kind of like they really didn't pay attention to what damage they have done to the others. Maybe they were the ones who did the cutting and separation, and sort of like it was just a line in the sand. I'm just like moving there and I'm moving away. The crossroads is in the house of the heart. That tells you everything for this person, right? And while this one person still kind of wants it, the other person definitely doesn't. The other person is kind of like moving away, and in a sense maybe even coming across sneaky. Keep in mind that one of either you Sagittarius or somebody you are connected with might be reconnecting with somebody from the past, especially if this person is sort of like silver-haired, or it's somebody they are sexually extremely attracted to. So if this is somebody you know, but somebody with whom actually they really don't know what the heck is going on, they're sort of in the dark. It is somebody from a very, very past. We see we had the coffin here where the dawn is coming, and we have the moon right here. And the moon is in the house of the clouds, so kind of a double whammy. Just like, what the heck happened? Maybe this is all there is. What the heck happened? Why did that happen? The point is that both you and your partner are meeting in the heart, and the heart is in the house of the sun. So in spite of all these issues galore, you did that to me, and definitely I do have to say this is not 50-50 situation. One party definitely like one is really wanting you really strongly, and the one is kind of like running away, and it's almost like that, let's call it a guilty party, that is kind of like running away and doesn't want anything to do there. So it almost looks like they are disconnecting, but this is not to say they don't love you. They do, and there is like something karmic over here, because this is in the house of the lilies and the heart is in the house of the sun. So if you guys had a child recently, or you had miscarriage, in that situation I do have to tell you that this will continue. If simply certain things got rehashed that maybe have been buried in the past, or there have been cheating, then this is not going to go forward. The situation here, the key to the situation is simply watching also what you say and what you did say, because the words you did say played a huge role in what is going on right now. That brought cloud everywhere. Maybe some of you think that you are clear communicators, but this is not how you came across to the others. And the birds, because you have both the birds and the letter here, and the letter is in the karma house and the birds is in the anchor house. So that is like, you see the birds are flying, they're obviously not solidifying things. So this is what went out of hand. So keep that in mind. So for those of you who are hoping to fix this, you need to clarify everything. This transparency has to be completely clear, because the clouds are also here, the cross is here, and things have to be communicated. And if this for some reason cannot work it out, then at least I want you to know that the partner does love you. It seems like they're just different circumstances that are making them not being able to be around. And let me show you also these cards, because these are tarot cards, but tarot Lenormand cards, and I tried to do tarot readings with them. It was just a mess. They didn't have the symbolism that I needed, that is basically represented in tarot cards. But for Lenormand, they're pretty good. So you got 3 cards, not 1, that I asked for. So first one is you guys, the Temperance. So you guys have to figure out who you are, because you're getting the Ace of Swords, and this is like the scythe. The Ace of Swords, unlike the scythe, has 2 edges. Ace of Swords is both good and bad. Bad is because you do have to make a decision, and it's cutting things on the outside and cutting things on the inside. Nine of Pentacles is definitely telling me that somebody in the situation is not willing to kind of like continue the road alone, but will probably have to. This also could mean simply kind of like cutting status. Maybe something did work in the past, but it's kind of changing right now to a singleton, because I honestly don't think that even though it was hanky-panky with this person in the past, that this will continue in the future, even though they have the, actually maybe I should check that, they do have the lilies in between the 2 of them. But let's see if this heart refers to you or to that possibly hovering person, the third party. That third party, by the way, moved on, and this is kind of like really interesting. I don't know what happened. So let's see, the third party, it was a loss, and this third party is like considering this whole person a loss, being in a tree house. They didn't think that was the best for them. Look at this. If they do get together, this is going to create huge misfortune. So be very careful, because looks like that relationship didn't have solid grounds. As far as the heart, the heart next to the cross and the officer is something official. Okay, can I get one more for this ring? Official. So yeah, if you guys have been married and you've been going through a really difficult situation with your partner, or if you had a child and there was cheating or interference, you will renew your vows and you will continue. In fact, your love will grow. So that's also what's going to happen. So Sagis, let me know what you think. Your comments are always so amazing. So thank you so much, and book your reading with me via cattarot.ca. Love you guys.